Now, when I'm working on a film, whether it's based on real events or not, what I like to do is take your photos that you think are most evocative, most interesting, and I want you to paste it up on the walls. Eventually, from the production office to the kitchen and the production office to the restrooms, you can't go to either place without walking through a hallway that has become a kind of living mood board. Hi, I'm Ron Howard, and I'm the director of Hillbilly Elegy, and this is my mood board. Well, Hillbilly Elegy is based on a memoir, the memoir of the same title, written by J.D. Vance. I've done a lot of movies based on real events, and I really like family stories. Parenthood was a great creative experience for me, and family dynamics are absolutely at the center of the drama. We used, first and foremost, the family's home videos. We used their photo album. We broke them all out. We collected everything that we could, and that was the beginning of our mood board. But I wanted to go further than that.
You gotta think about these kids.
What do you think I've been thinking about since I was 18 years old, huh? Never had a life where I wasn't thinking about the kids.
We began by watching a lot of documentaries. Then we would start going through our photo books and go Getty Images and YouTube, and pulling screen grabs from Appalachia, the Rust Belt. We wanted to understand what steel mills really looked like, you know, and how much pollution they generated, the grit of it, the textures, the color palette. Maybe there'd be an interesting slash of light in one of our reference photos that was evocative of something. That became a look. I'd also find faces just as we were out driving around, but they were people living their lives in Middletown, Ohio, or Jackson, Kentucky. And it was great. I'd snap a picture, I'd blow it up, but it would reflect something that I thought related to the movie. All of these things were, were jumping off places for discussions about characters, attitudes, the weather, the atmosphere, the environment, obviously wardrobe, clothing, buildings, walls, the grandmother's house, the mom's house, everything that made up that universe. It was not only about getting the clothing to look right, the set decoration to feel true and honest, it was also about the way people photographed. And I'd have those conversations with Maurice Alberte, our cinematographer, about, what kind of frame we're looking for. I wanted that naturalism, but with a point of view. James Wilcox, our editor, and he also really agreed with that documentary aesthetic. There's one sequence at the beginning of the movie. I created a montage that was sort of like a look at the Vance family album. And that was something that I know came directly out of what's becoming the sort of the documentarian side of my editorial brain.
You've always got a reason. It's always someone else's fault. Some point, you're gonna have to take responsibility. Or someone else is gonna have to step in.
Who, huh? Who? You?
I felt like there was a kind of a soundtrack here. And one of them that's actually mentioned in the book is Lynyrd Skynyrd's Tuesday's Gone, which meant a lot to JD because he heard it on the morning that he discovered that his papa had died. And it sort of, that song stayed with him. The actor, Owen, who played the adolescent JD, he put that song on his phone, and in between takes in this funeral sequence that was very emotional, he would occasionally listen to it. Whether it made it in the movie or not, the music that the real Vance family listened to, that was music that we had playing often during the rehearsal period. And I'd say more than anything, I want to find stories that I think can transport audiences in the way that I most love to be carried away myself.
All right, Joe Montana has all of that. But who has the best touchdown dance, huh? Dion. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Mom.
That's how it goes, right?
No, not at all. It's like
Okay.
this.
A lot of this story is about having the will, the capacity, the grit to understand and explore and take the risk of venturing out. And that's the journey. Every generation goes through some version of this. And it's why everybody on the set found this story so relatable as we were actually making the movie. And I really hope audiences find out how universal J.D. Vance's story turns out to be.
But you got to decide. You want to be somebody or not?
Hillbilly Elegy is now on Netflix.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Netflix Film Club channel to get our latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.